All right, y'all. Welcome to Medium Ghetto Podcast with your host, Jamar. Today we got a special guest today. We got Truly in the house. He
Truly,
is
truly, what's going on, man? Truly, two times in the building. You feel me?
absolutely. He's a confidence coach. So we're gonna talk about he's more than a confidence coach. Way more than a confidence coach. But we're gonna be talking about today, we're gonna be talking about the two things that are keeping you back that you're overlooking. We're gonna be talking about mindset and confidence. These are the two things that a lot of people aren't focused on building, and they don't know why they're not making it. They're not taking enough risks. They're not looking at things the right way. When they lose, they stay down. But today we got Truly on the line, and what he's going to do is for us is help stop us. He's going to help us solve these problems.
Truly, where you want to start, bro?
All right, bet. So first things first, I've been watching your Instagram.
Hi.
Instagram. He been asking like, what would you do? What's your favorite question? What would you do if you had confidence?
Now I say so. What I ask people is, what would you do, or what do you do rather, when you're experiencing moments of low confidence?
Mm.
Yep. And so,
Let me try to answer that too. What do I do when experience low confidence? I won't lie. I don't take the big risk no more. You know what I mean? If I got low, I don't take the big
you
risk.
that flat line.
Yeah, I flatline. If I got low confidence, sometimes you get hit. You lay down, you lay there, and you stay there. If you got low confidence, that's just for me. Like that's what I would do if I had some low confidence.
All right, man. So wait, so you just take it and then just heal up and then keep pushing?
Yeah, that's what I do now. With
Wow.
high confidence, I just take it. I look at the right way and be like, "Yo, this is a lesson." I write down like, "Yo, what I learned from this situation," and I go about
Yeah.
my business.
Yeah. So for me, man, oh, there we go. So for me, when life hits me and it get critical, this is a better
Mm-hmm.
angle right here. There we go. Now we rocking and rolling. Yeah, man. So this whole confidence piece, what happened was I got tired of being in a space where I felt like I want to live on my best quality of life.
Mm-hmm.
And simply put, man, I mean, you get to a point where enough is enough, bro. So the best way to communicate that is um you reach a point of urgency, right? You develop a sense of urgency, extreme sense of urgency, and then it moves you into taking action, sometimes without even realizing it. Now, it's not so much that you don't want to do a thing or that you're non-responsive and you don't know how to react. It's literally, bro, just the history of that experience. Now, for some people can be exposed to a thing, right, and then not react in life at all. But again, it goes back to having that sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, how can I put it? If you, most of us know what it's like to take deep breaths, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we won't think about how we breathe because there ain't no big issue. Some people have to literally dedicate all of their energy to breathing because they have a sense of urgency about it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
for example, and I'm just going off of life. Let's just say someone that has vices like drinking liquor and smoking cigarettes. Let's start it out there. There is no, I mean, it depends on the person. Typically, according to statistics, there is no person that, I don't know, feels the immediate effects of smoking and drinking at a young age
Mm-hmm.
or 18 or over, right? It takes 20, 30 years to feel it. But at that age, you know what I'm saying, according to the government, you're not really thinking about it. There's no sense of urgency. But over a period of time, you know what I'm saying? The way these human bodies work, and for some, they don't face the music. But for most of us, we face the harsh realities. And then out of nowhere, there's this huge sense of urgency to be concerned about my health. And
Mm.
so our reactiveness, our responsiveness to these day-to-day problems that force us into moments of low self-confidence. If it's not a big issue to you, it's not a big issue. Like if you're comfortable at where you are at life, that's wrong with that, you know? As a confidence coach and someone that preaches uh that preaches a framework on how to master procrastination. A lot of times we gotta just be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I don't care enough. This is my reality, and I'm okay with it. For you, you say, hey man, listen, bruh, life happened. I don't know how to respond. I'm gonna just lay here till I figure something out, and then I figure something out, and I move on. For me, my urgency is a little different. So because I'm always moving forward and I'm always progressing at a rapid rate, I have to systematize or make a system out of the hardships and the high points, so that when I go through the hardships, I'm understanding on the other side of the high points, and then I'm going through the high points. I'm understanding on the other side of that is the hardships. What's all that mean? What that means is, bro, every time some crazy happen, I gotta tell myself, you set out to become the person that wants this thing, this desired result.
Yeah, you chose that.
This is what it comes with, brother. What you thought? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can honestly say I've lived life and I've seen patterns and cycles enough that when you don't want much in life, it's easy, bro. Like it's smooth groove. But the minute you want to kick up the flame and the intensity, you know what I'm saying? You face some turbulence. And so as much as I want to fly from here to there, I can never forget the turbulence. Right. And so I feel that's a better way to describe it, when it's like, the hell you thought? Not gonna be easy. Now, for some, it's easy. For some of us, it's effortless. But even in that scope of that, it's still take hard work, bro. So I feel like, for you to get better, it takes hard work. It takes being intentional. So the moment you decide,
not to interrupt you, truly, but like with confidence, what I'm learning about confidence myself is it's a confidence cycle, right? So like you only get confidence if you prove yourself wrong. Like if you don't believe you can do something and then you do it, you get more confident. And the more confident you get, the more stuff you're willing to do. So confidence builds up with action. And a lot of us, we think we're going to get this confidence before we act.
Now, see, here's what gets tricky. So I want to, I guess, kind of second everything you said valid. And the best way most explain confidence is competence. So you're doing of the thing and you knowing your capabilities. For example, most of us know how to run. I can't run that fast, but we're confident if it get crazy, we know how to run. That's competence. We can run enough, and we know, like, bro, listen, hey, man, it gets serious. Whatever my leg strength is, I'm out of here. Right? So that's competence, right? As it relates to confidence. Now, here's the thing. Wait. I think we're saying the same thing. Let me ask just to make sure.
I think we are saying
that
the same thing.
Okay. Now, because what I was gonna say was, I think you was about to say,
confidence builds
you can't
confidence.
be confident without practicing it. Is that what you was getting at?
Well, yeah. I think
okay. We're on the same page.
I think we both saying confidence builds confidence.
Cool. Yep.
And that's the crazy part. But I got a question for you real quick. Can you share a personal or professional experience where shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset dramatically changed the outcome?
Yeah, man. That's an easy one. 2 years ago, another backtrack. 2019, 2018. Okay, we're gonna do this different. Tell me the question again. I'll just give you a straight answer.
Man, you can give me a story. I love stories. But can you share a personal or professional experience where shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset dramatically changed the outcome?
Yes, I was working a job was where my shift happened. And that's kind of the answer, but I want to give you the story so you can understand why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. So prior to 2018, I had little college gigs, but all for the most part, self-employed, freelance, right? And it came a point in my business, where I realized that the money I was bringing in wasn't sufficient. So I made a decision to go westward, and I came to California to become an employee. Now, I had already, like I said, worked little gigs, but it went hand on that. I made more money freelancing. So to totally put on the back burner or put alongside my entrepreneurship situation a full-time job, it worked out. Now, prior to that, my mindset was this job is slowing me down. Post understanding that shift, that breakthrough, I said, man, wait a minute. That job is going to be the investor so that I can continue to do entrepreneurship. Now, what ended up happening was COVID happened and I ended up freelancing some more mainly. And then I went as high as I could go with this free money. And then when the free money stopped, everything slowed down. And I ran out of money. So I said, okay, well, we're going back to work. Now, what happened then was an even bigger breakthrough. So I went big on big because the first shift was when when I was working at Tesla, I made 49, but I only seen 29, meaning I lost 20,000 in taxes. I said, hey, if I work 2 jobs, I could bring in 100,000. Might be like 98, 900. And I said, cool, no big deal. Fast forward, I entertained the idea 2 years later, 3 years later, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. So what happened was I was at this job because I ran out of money, and I put myself in this penthouse, and the rent for the penthouse was my whole paycheck. So I kind of had to stay at work. Yeah, like the rent. Okay, so and let me clarify. When I say penthouse, it's the top floor of the apartments, and they stupid like 10-foot, 12-foot ceilings. I'm on the 3rd floor, pool, gated, the whole thing, right? So rent was like 33 and my paycheck was like 32. Well, really like 31. So I'm already short.
Yeah, damn. How you
You know what
eating?
I'm saying? And I ran out of money and I ain't got no more. Like I made 15,000 in crypto. That was the first half of the year's rent. Well, up until May. No, up until June. And I was like, bro, we're gonna do so. I went to work. You know. Then here's what happened. I'm talking to my phone, like, man, wait a minute. I saw on Instagram Explore page, it said it was 1,440 minutes in a day, right? So to answer your question, what's the situation that gave me that shift? Working a job thinking that I can use that to fund my business, but the real reality was I needed to now automate my business. I'm jumping ahead, but just to catch you up, automate my business and become an investor full time. And then now I can dominate. So we're halfway through the story. That was the end of it. I'm gonna catch you up. So I'm talking about 1,440 minutes in a day. All right. Now in a month, that's 43,200 minutes. I say to myself, part of my message, part of my campaign is I need people to understand everyone in America needs to be making 1,440 minutes, or anybody anywhere, 1,440 minutes in a day. Should be $1,440 every day. You know what I'm saying? Now, I made a goal to say, man, I want to make 40,000 a month. At that time, I'm not making any money. I mean, I got side businesses bringing in, chunk change. It's to keep me alive with my whole check going to rent. But it's like, it put me in a space where, I started thinking. I got one job. Well, at that time, I had a overnight gig.
Yeah.
PM to 6 a.m., 12 hours, making COVID test kits. All right.
God damn.
We up. So right when you trying to go to sleep, yeah, we still up. So I found myself just saying stuff to stay awake, bruh. And one of them crazy things was $40,000. So I write about it in my book. And I'll tell you the name of the book when I get there, because if I show you, it'll spill the beans of the story. But at the time, $40,000, right? So I'm screaming every day for 12 hours straight. $40,000. You feel me? It's my answer to everything. Ask me what time it is. I said, man, it's time to count $40,000. You feel me? Ask me how much we making, man. I hope it's 40,000. So much so that by the end of the year, I started the job in July. By the end of December, everybody's telling me this cool and funny joke about 40,000. Then reality hit me, and I said, man, I can't get 40,000 this month, but I could probably do 10,000 next year. If I'm making X amount with this job, if I should get another job, at least pre-tax, I'd be at 10. I'd be 25% there. I like bet. So I spent November applying. I spent December getting these random jobs. And then by the start of that following year, 2023, I'm on the path to make 6 figures for the year. Now, November to November, by the time I realized it, I had already did it. The year was over with. I had spent the money. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, the most fresh answer to your question is the past 2 to 3 years of my life, where the biggest shift that happened to me and my mindset was how I viewed working a regular job, how I viewed having multiple businesses and still working a regular job, how I viewed my current circumstance against what I really wanted for myself, and propelled myself with enough endurance by reminding myself why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, I've been an entrepreneur more than I've worked a job, bro. So
Mm.
I can't quit. Like, it would take me. I've been at this since I was gosh darn 13, dog. It would take me 21 years to totally undo what I've been doing to quit. So for those of us that may be in the workplace that may not have that extensive background in entrepreneurship, I would compel you to read Six Figure Confidence. You know what I
Mm.
mean? The perfect layup, you know what I'm saying, to my bro's question, where I outline mindset and actionable steps about my journey of making the six figures. Now, I'm gonna be real quick with you. The first 5 pages is all the sauce. I'm sorry, no. Yeah. The first
Read me an excerpt.
one, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the first 5 pages is the sauce. The rest of it is all action steps. So I'm gonna read you a little bit of it. All right, you're gonna do page for page. All right. First off, I want to break down what is six-figure confidence. Okay. Developing the mindset. I got 3 definitions. Yes, black people, my people, we make our own words up around here. This way. You know what I mean? I got 3 definitions for six-figure confidence. Here we go. Definition 1: developing the mindset of a six-figure earner that monetizes skill set, becoming more confident daily, and growing confidence from within, while manifesting proper compensation before and after compensation arrives. Second definition: being intentional about your paper until you see tangible what is visible to you in spirit. Third, mindset of a six-figure earner, semicolon, profitable and actionable steps of a millionaire. So this last one, real quick, and I get to some of the meat of what I was talking about earlier. The name of the game is this: you get in these rooms. The first thing they tell you is this: 10x whatever you want and
Hmm.
lock in with that number, and then whatever you want, you hit. So that's why I express the mindset of a millionaire that makes 6 figures, because that's that 10x thing uh, that I was talking about. All right, cool. So what I want to do is I mean, let's see. I'll just start. Okay. So on your path, set bigger goals to your target to make sure you hit your mark. We just said that. The path is simple, not easy. So on your path, set bigger goals and your target to make sure you hit your mark. The path is simple, not easy. My path was to take up 2 jobs that generated $10,000 monthly pre-tax and attend conferences and events that allowed me to get in rooms with millionaires and multimillionaires. Speaking to the algorithm, my iPhone, is how I discovered Dan Henry's Digital Millionaire Secrets and Myron Golden, who wrote the foreword of the same book. Speaking to the algorithm, i.e. my cell phone, it would display information around the topics I talked about around my phone. This removed the hassle of searching for some information while creating a thirst or curiousness to do more digging to find networking events that relate to my industry, where I then applied the principles and info in this book. I had multiple businesses, and with an increased revenue, I birthed an opportunity to get in the right rooms to fuel the direction of my businesses by aligning with 6 and 7 figure earners. So, if you want to save yourself a life-changing experience, all I did was get 2 jobs. But to your point, it was the shift of the mindset that made the biggest difference, because most of us can relate. 2 jobs don't make no difference unless there's a shift that happens where it fuels an opportunity for you to change your life.
So So with the 2 jobs and the income, you were no longer like just working your business. You were like automating your business. So you were like, actually, after you let me get this straight, you automated your business and then used the extra money to feed the automation.
Yeah, bro. So you just put the bow in it perfectly. Dig this. Now, this whole year, bro, I had my businesses, but they weren't making a lot of money like that. So after COVID, like everything went south.
Yo,
So
after COVID, during COVID, people will buy anything because they had the money.
listen,
People are
I
happier
was
too. People
I
mean
was
that.
I was mad because I wasn't selling enough stuff. Like, I made freelance cash, but I wasn't in position because I was already, I call it a deficit. I was already living in a deficit, bro. So like my best years, and I talk about this in my other book, 18 Ways to Lose Money with a Clothing Brand. I made the most noise with my clothing brand, bro, pre-2018. Like by the
Damn.
time COVID rolled around, I done made most of the money from clothing, bro. Just being honest. So this opportunity to go to all these events was my chance to learn how to pivot. Like I took major L's right before COVID or shortly after. You know what I'm saying? My tobacco business took a hit. I lost tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise. My car got stolen. I ran out of cash. Everything just went south. But
Where your
I
car got
was
stolen?
listen, bro. My car got stolen July 4th, 2021. Yeah, happy 4th of July. So, like you said, but this is what I'm saying, man. Like, it didn't start nothing because I learned in college. I get around well when I ain't got no car,
Mhm.
So I still was going to the gigs and going places, bro. Cause I mean, for me, bro, why do I go so hard with what I'm doing, bro? Why not just work 2 jobs or work 1 job and make money and sit down? Because I'd have been down bad so long, bro. That's why I got this.
Out of
You know what
poverty,
I'm saying?
you create riches.
Yeah, bro. At my lowest, I realized even if you're struggling, you're still gonna make money. So
That's
the
true.
problem ain't the money. The problem is the mindset. You know what I
Yo, on
mean?
some real shit, like I can say, like I promise I wouldn't cuss that much, but on some real stuff, my mindset just changed. Like my mindset during COVID was really, really bad and poor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I had the money, I was spending it, but it was free money, effortless money. I should have thought smarter. My energy was reserved and everything. I don't know what in my mind like didn't let me. I didn't have the right mindset because
Yeah,
one thing I like to teach a lot on is the will to prepare is more important than the will to win. And this is what I'm saying. If I would have prepared, if I had the will to prepare my mindset during COVID, I would have took off.
yeah.
But I
So
was prepared mentally. I had the body, I had the energy, but because my mentality was messed up, I didn't take advantage of it.
yeah, man. I feel the same way about Bitcoin in the current bull run. Well, I'm prepared. I'm ready to set. I made some money, but I'm about to do my thing. I got some coaching, some mentees coming through. It's gonna allow me to do more in other spaces. But I said that when Bitcoin hit, I had a homeboy dog at the time. He was like trading crypto and paying
Mm-hmm.
rent, and I was making fun of him because I didn't understand it. And when Bitcoin hit, like even then in 2019 ish, I was telling coworkers to invest, and I had somebody listen to me. This when I realized, because I already knew, but at that time, I mean, life can put you in a space where you forget your power. And when Bitcoin had that little spike, 2019, 2020, I was reminded of my power when a coworker of mine took my advice and invested, and he was up 10 bands in Bitcoin and stopped coming to work. So I told myself then, hey man, I got to be more on the ball about these things, but I do want to catch up the storyline so that our listeners can get the fullness of what we're discussing.
Yeah.
So after I hit 6 figures, bro, that end of the year, the company I was working for, that location, they closed and shut down. I stayed true to my manifesting, and I made the 10. I made 100,000 plus within a year's time. But then as that ended, right, I closed out the year saying that I wanted to make more money per hour. I was making 24, 25-ish at the time, and I wanted 30. I got to 30, and then I spent the first half of last year, the first 3-4 months, still making presumably 8, 7, 65-ish post-tax. And what happened was this. During that particular run, Instagram was cutting checks for posting content.
Yeah.
So I was able to monetize, but it was based on how I was feeling. So if I was in the mood to post, I'm posting. But if I'm on a flight and I'm jet lagged or I'm tired because I stayed up all night, I'm not posting as much, even though I'm making money. So I ended that year feeling like I could have done more. And so, albeit I was posting and getting paid, that particular time, I had been chopping it up with Runway Billionaire and other people that were expressing the importance of having a VA. It wasn't until my dog, Well Visuals, was doing his weekly webinars interviewing millionaires that he interviewed Brittany Bettini.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at work, tuned into the Zoom, and she's talking about VAs. And she had a special. I was like, man, them first packages I couldn't get with, but this package, I'm locked in. So I ended up locking in with her for that particular package, and I got my first VA by way of my dog with visuals. And so what that means is at that time I was still making the money. So we were just talking about.
So for the audience, what's a VA? Just so we can clarify.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm tripping. Up in the clouds. VA is a virtual assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, most of us, it's a virtual assistant that lives in the Philippines.
Mm.
They live other places, but in terms of this particular agency, they were based out of the Philippines. Now, some may say, I could do it myself. I ain't gonna pay nobody no money. I say, listen, I was getting paid from Instagram to post every day. I was hoping the program, bro, was gonna still be around by the time that I was paying somebody, but they paused it. And so it's like, you can do it yourself, but the consistency, the timeliness, the effective posting, the well thought out copywriting and schedule flow, the system of being intentional, all those words I just used, I'm just trying to say it's way different when you're paying for it. Like, to fill out the story, I thought the VA was going to be someone that was already doing it, but she was totally new. Now, I will advise you get somebody totally new to be an executive assistant, and then bring on newer people that have more experience to be under the executive assistant, because you want your EA, your VAEA, if you will, to be the brains to you want to download your thought processes and your why into him or her, pause, so that they can understand how you think. So now when you bring other people, they're not overriding, the way you do things. So if I bring on somebody that's already doing the VA situation, bro, they have their own thought process. They got their own flow when they post, how they do their thing, when they like to get paid, what vacation days they got. Like, hey, listen, this is my ship. I'm the captain. I ration out based on how I feel, right? And so it's much easier, bro, to bring in somebody totally new, train them under your framework and SOPs, make them the captain of your ship, and now they go out and bring on other people that have experience navigating ships, but can now work under the direction of someone who has your best interest at heart. So that's my current situation.
So let me get this straight. So your virtual assistant, who is now also your executive assistant, she's the person who knows the vision of the company, who knows the language of the company, and what she does is she just makes sure the people with the more practical knowledge utilizes the language of the company.
Correct. Now, to stay consistent with the story, now the job that was paying me $30 an hour, they ended up letting me go. I was riding high, getting off work. I'm renting cars and whatnot because I was having car trouble. I'm in the Model 3 doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Vibing, riding. Listen, and I was still bringing in the money because I was doing 30 an hour and I was door dashing. That's what they don't know. So before my car got repoed and I was driving U-Haul trucks to work and doing DoorDash in the U-Haul truck. You know what I'm saying? I had this job, and I still wanted my quota because I was just doing 6 figures a year before. So I'm able to afford the VA. Now, at that particular time, my biggest issue was I was full-time content creator. I need a full-time assistant to totally relinquish me of all content creator duties. And she did that, and I paid her $1,400 a month. Here's the issue. When the job let me go, I told her, hey, listen, I'm out of money. It's fun while it lasted. Thank you for everything, you know. And she shared with me that to stay in touch. And she had been when we rekindled things, once I got back on my feet, you know what I'm saying, got my paper together. This was all just last year. So I made 6 figures, and then I lost it all, and then I'm rebuilding. So again, shift, pivot, and stay consistent. I like, you can't stay down long, man. Not when you locked in. So that happened, and she shared with me that she had been like working outside of the time that I was paying her to work to be full time. And I said, man, you know, that's not why I was paying you, because I really wanted you to have work-life balance and give, you know, your role the right amount of energy, and then give your days off the right amount of energy. So I had to kind of rethink. Plus, when I reached back out to her, after things went left, she for the most part, I could only get what I could afford. So I had to hire part-time because it wasn't 6 figures no more. I did. So for 4 months, it was, high life. And then the rest of the year, it's been like $65,000, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But the dopest thing ever, bro. People always say it don't take money. Listen, the fact that I did 6 figures the first year on paper, because I've done it before, but nothing to the scale of every month. Now, entrepreneurship is like you hit 10, 3, 1, 5, 6, 4, 8, 7, but not 10, 10, 10, 10. So, but doing it with 2 jobs, it made my traveling more consistent and made me planning my year a little more reliable, right? I could stick to my schedule, my calendar. So I'm so happy I did that, bro, because I spent heavy, what's that, 5? Well, heavy, almost 100,000 to the number. You know what I'm saying? All the money I made for the most part outside of living on self-improvement, self-development. And it was such an impactful investment that even if I didn't make those same numbers the following year, I was already changed. And so coming back into it, now I'm bringing in a little under 100. It's no longer 2 jobs. I'm working 1 job, but I have more flexibility, right? And from going from 1 VA to full-time now to 1 VA part-time executive assistant. She has an assistant, right? And then that's it. And I'm paying them all together 4, 6, 2, a little under 1,000. Team of 2. Now I had team of 3, 4, but I had to downsize again because, to be honest, bro, I love my people, but like where they're from, they can do more with the money, and that speaks to my value and my impact. So if someone is in the States and they want me to hire them for said services, it has to make sense value-wise.
Yeah.
And I mean, what that would mean is it would be better, because right now I'm thinking about at every level, bro, you take what you're doing and you got to hit different. Like, can I say that I'm monetized with my VA? Yeah, because I got mentees, and my mentees, literally, the money that they bring in pays for my overhead, to be honest. So it's definitely working. But in so many words, team is important because you have to actually spend the money and fail first to even know where you need to improve the most. So when I had to do full time for me as a VA, like I thought all of my areas needed assistance. Well, my most least consistent was posting, engaging, having all irons in the fire, and keeping all the irons hot. Never mind keeping the fire hot. How can you keep all the irons in the fire hot? And the best way to do that is to have a team with systems and software. Okay, the 3 S's: team, ST, systems, or whatever I just said. System,
So
sales, and software.
yeah,
And so I have my executive assistant and her assistant for the system. I have the software as is, and I have the sales because now I'm about to actually in the States hire people that or in the sales space where it's commission based. You bring in the paper, I cut you in, and we Gucci. But out, overseas, the value system is a little different. My money could do more for them there. In the States, other people's money and ability can do more for them and me because I cut a bigger check, right? Like
yeah.
prior to me having an assistant in the Philippines, I had a chick that I was paying in the US $600 a month to do things for me, but it didn't work out. Like it just didn't work. Like I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna get no details. I'm gonna just be real professional and say it didn't work. Now, $600 in the Philippines goes a long way.
It does.
Never mind 1,400.
Definitely does. I think like 600 in the like getting your own VA like virtual assistant like in a different country.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Start over, but he's breaking up.
All right, wait 1 second. Can you hear me? Is that better?
You good now?
All right, give me
Yep.
1 sec. Let me move something real quick. I think having your own like virtual assistant, like just to like stop yourself from being inconsistent, is very important. Like you said, you use all this money. You use the extra money you're making for your job, not just to spend and invest your time in the business. You looked at like, yo, how can I automate this? If you look at all your manual processes, what can you get someone else to do your manual processes? Shoot, if you got a virtual assistant, you're only paying what like $1,400 a month for a full-time virtual assistant to do what you're doing for like to do like full time is a lot of time, is what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say.
so that was the lesson. The lesson was when she was full time, I had doing everything, but the results weren't the math wasn't mathing. You know what
So
I'm
like you
saying?
didn't make enough, it was enough return.
I want to make it so when I was spending the money with her, I was still developing myself as a confidence coach.
Yeah.
So much of my thought process, my format, if you will, it was still fresh and underdeveloped. So what that mean was, even though she's ready, she's a sponge. Hey, I got all this time. Tell me what to do. I didn't know what to have her do to be effective. Now, what I will say is this: what I love about just starting a thing and having that sense of urgency and taking the risk, like you were saying earlier, taking the
Yeah.
risk. I call it so an hypothesis is an educated guess,
Mm-hmm.
and life is about taking educated risk.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that having a VA was very important, and if I could afford it, I took an educated risk. Now, the thing is, the one thing I did right was I had her just do what I would have done if I had free time. And the best result out of all of that was my YouTube channel exploded. My Instagram channel flatline. My YouTube exploded, and I did like 40,000 views in 4 months.
Mm.
Now that's 5 shorts a day, 2 long forms a week, and then my podcast took off. So my podcast went from like nothingness to like 100 plus downloads a week. You know what I'm saying? Now it don't sound like much, but
No,
hey,
it
man,
is a good amount because all that money can be given back to her to actually like help with that gap. You know what I'm saying? Of like money
yeah,
getting
bro.
taken out of. Shoot, I'll
Now
take
check
that.
it.
Like you got
Now,
me thinking about getting a VA. I'm about to go on right now.
now
Look at
check
how
it.
I
Check
can
it.
be part time.
That was then. Now she's part time, and I don't have her doing everything. Now I have her strategically doing social media, my podcast, my YouTube, my LinkedIn posting. I got a Dropbox folder and WhatsApp where I separate all of the different pockets of content.
Yeah.
And what this time around, what I had her do different, well, what we did differently was I said, man, listen, where am I dropping the ball the most? Let me hire her to do that, and then we'll double down. So the biggest mistake was I was doing week to week. I said, wait a minute, bro. We ain't got the money. We're cutting into every budget of human existence to make this thing happen because I believe in it. It has to work. So the biggest shift, right, or the switch, if you will, is having said VA go from week to week to every 90 days. There's a reason why I've been investing a lot more, given the current markets. And what I love is Market Mondays with EYL, and then following along with Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Because, and shout out to Billy Jean is marketing. Billy Jean had a sale one day for his birthday. He had a $13 flash drive that was like 30 something interviews with millionaires on how to make $1 million. And one of the stories highlighted this notion of 90-day plays, right? Do a program, coaching program, 90 days, 2,500. Now, why am I saying this? Because having heard that and didn't know what to do with it, and then come back into the fold after having a VA, I'm not like, wait a minute, let me back schedule. I got the Later app. I got these softwares. Let me just go ahead and give up the sauce. Yeah. Help your people.
Yeah.
Later.com app. I think it's called All in One. Something new software to like stream everywhere. YouTube, Red Circle, WhatsApp, vids, editing, Canva, ChatGPT, thebookpatch.com is how we up 12 plus books and counting. You know what I'm saying? My drip, shop goal, you feel me? My hot sauce, you feel me? Medium Ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But through all of these things, bro, what I told her was, let's not go from week to week to 90 days. So now, because I was paying her week to week, that's all I had with the money I was making. Now that I'm a little more in my bag, I pay her every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, we're realigning, we're fine tuning things, and to jumpstart when I had fell off, the metric was every 7 days, create content for 30 days. So in a month's time, you up 4 months. Same pay, same energy, different approach. So now let's remove the stress of this month. Let's focus on the month that's on the way.
Yeah.
With the intensity of now or never. So we take 5 business days, and if it's 30 days in a month or 20 days of posting content, we're gonna do, if it's 5 days, that's the setup. So four posts a day for 5 days, total of 20, which is 1 month of content, Monday through Friday, right? So you got four in a week, 20 pieces of content, 1 month is done. Feel me? Once you start thinking like that, everything changed. So even like now, I was able to go back into my podcast platform, offset and reset the timestamps on all my podcast content. And instead of doing spurts where I'm in the groove and I'm posting, I had her go back and dedicate time to iron out all my episodes. So now each topic, if I have 30 pieces of content that I dropped in 2 months, you know, feeling it, being human, we're not going to go back and separate said content into 30 weeks. So now weekly, I'm dropping and I'm more consistent. So, you know, I tell my mentees, because I'm a confidence coach, and my systems and processes is mindset and then actionable steps, okay? And a lot of that involves mastering procrastination, becoming more accountable. This game I'm giving up with VAs, I require my mentees to have assistance because I can only teach where I am. I can only teach about where I've gone. I can only teach about my pitfalls and my problems. And because I'm willing to take more risk than the average entrepreneur, I'm able to give game. Because I've been there, done that in a short amount of time. So by me doing that, right, it gives me a chance to impart information, but for the most part, try my format out. My business partner, good friend of mine, we like brothers at this point. He's an artist and he had this body of work that he was, contemplating and wanted to be effective with. I said, man, turn that loose now. I can do something with it. So with the resources, I've now itemized his catalog and he's posted consistently until May 1st.
Damn.
And I'm off of it. So we say to ourselves, investing money in things that I can do myself by assigning other people is a waste of money, but it's a skill set that we don't understand the value of. Like, by me having an assistant that can proofread my books and automate the content, it encourages me to make more books. And then now, guess what, bro? I had her go through a crash course with making funnels. And we took it slow. And I had her make one funnel that I checked. And now, guess what? Thanks to ChatGPT and Canva and my Napa know-how, I can make a book that got 172 pages. Well, no. A book with 171 pages. Only write one page. Have AI do the rest, and then have my assistant make a funnel for it. So with every book after that, bing, 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 bing. And I'm off of it.
Damn.
So the biggest thing is not just take risk, but take educated risk based on the experiences and the exposure that we already had, where we're confident in the previous competence.
I think that should be. Is that you got a book called Take Educated Risks? You got a book yet about educated risk?
Nah, man, it might be book 14. I got a bunch of them in the can right now, so I'll run through all of them real quick.
I think that should be your next book right there, man. Educated Risk.
Yeah, you gonna write that. You gotta write the forward, man.
I'll write the forward.
Hey man, I'm with it, brother. So check it out.
I got my drawing right here.
Oh yeah, man. Congrats, brother. Congrats, man. You're numero uno, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of many to come.
One of many.
Right now, dog. Once you get that itch,
I gotta get my next one soon. I'm actually about to do my first book tour soon.
Yeah. Hey man, listen. I might make all of my events a part of my book tour. And bite some of that sauce. So I got 2 points. I want to drive home. Then I'll turn it over to you to make the best of time. All right. SuccessCircleBookstore.com is where you can get all of my books, whether it's an ebook, physical copy. Boom. Now I'm gonna run through these. These are 8, and I have more to come. More to come includes educated risk, eyeballs and engagement. What is it called? Oh, how to count $1 million every day. How to make money wearing all black. Those are the ones I got in the can. And then these are the ones I got on hand right now. Oh, truly confident in 5 ways. My confidence coach framework. That's really changing the game. Contation, clothing, cash flow, consistency, and competence. Truly confident in 5 ways, man. So boom.
I love it.
Available right now. 6-figure confidence, 18 ways to lose money. How to master procrastination. How to bend time. The Millionaire Me. How to do more with your time. Instant confidence for the shy individual. And then my favorite, Unseen Elegance. 24 reasons to invest in a trench coat. Now, that's one component. The second component is probably the crazy-ish. Un momento, por favor.
Let me see what you got.
Check it out, bro. So, I was telling you before, it's about urgency, right? Ask your question, brother. How bad do you want to make $1 million?
That's a great question. How bad?
No, it's a
bad
real question. How bad? I don't think so, brother. I'm tell you why. So this my okay. So boom. Don't drink water out of cups. Get a glass. Get a mason jar. You'll live longer. All right, bet. It says on here, $50,000 per month in profit by July 2023. Peace, grateful, happiness, love. Now, it's 2024 and I'm not there yet, but you got to start somewhere. So I want
Yeah.
y'all to know in real time, I've made all the money. I've blew a lot of the money. I've invested most of the money. And this new money is on the way. And you can't get upset that it's taking you a long time to fulfill the destiny and quality of life in which you seek. That's a part of the game. But what makes it fun is this sauce that I'm on where I need it so bad. And I thought about it so long. The quality of my life, I know, my price of happiness, $50,000 a month. 50K a month, take care of my entire immediate family and myself, and with enough money left over. Now, why does it matter? Well, because if you don't tell yourself your price, you taking whatever you get.
Yep.
Don't take what you make. Go for what you want. You may be making 4Gs a month, but you want 40,000 a month. But you gotta say it, claim it, and talk it, and drink it. So got my little Mexican lime in here because every glass is in this bottle, well, it is in this mason jar. I'm one sip close to my goal. Now, shout out to my dog, Sheezy. Tayshawn, man. I got 40,000 right here. You know what I'm saying? Now, as you would imagine, the first thing they say is it's not real. Well, it ain't. But my mind don't know that. You wake up
Exactly.
half sleep.
So you trying to trick your mind into making it a usual thing to have $40,000.
I'm not tricking my mind. It's already done happened.
It's already
Now,
happened.
so I've had clients before I was coaching, but they weren't my coaching clients. They were my freelance clients with my designs and all this, but I didn't know at the time I was coaching them. It just kind of happened. All right. Now, what I was sharing with them was a situation where when I was home in the A, I had 10,000. Let's see, 40,000. Let's say 10-ish. 10,000, right? At a video shoot for my homeboy, right? I go to the gas station with the 10,000. I said, man, in 7 days, I wonder how much money I'm gonna make. Now, typically prior to then, I would pay rent and make the money back same day, next day, in 3 days. So I knew the power of intentionality. But I was curious. And yes, I made more money, but what I appreciated about the exercise was to be down bad so much, dog, that having the false reality of what you wanted in life was enough to relax and take a deep breath. And for some of us, will never count a million anything, let alone $1 million. Some of us will never count 100,000 anything, let alone $100,000. Feel me? So most will say, man, this nigga tripping. But for ones that understand urgency,
Yo, you right though. I would have been like, if I didn't have the mindset I had, I'd have been like, you good?
bro, 2022, I wanted $40,000. One thing I left out was it being real money.
So what you saying?
So look. I spent the whole podcast giving you this whole story, trying to be all, you know what I'm saying? Feel me? Super philosophical. Hey, man, tell the universe what you want, man. If you wake up with 40K and fake cash, be a little
Be
more
more
specific.
specific what you telling me.
You know what I'm saying? But here's the sauce, though, bro. What I have done right was I listened and I learned, and I started at the ground level, bro. I've been a coach for most of my life. Now, was I charging people? No. I just started charging people last year. I got my first client, my first coaching client, first paid coaching client, where I met you, bro, podcast summit. You know what I'm saying? And I went to an event called Aspire out here in California and got my second paying coaching client. And now we're at $1,000 a month per coaching client. All right. So for this to be something that I manifested in 2022, you know, 1 year later, 2 years later, yeah, it's fake cash, but I mean, if I wanted 40K a month, I'm making 2Gs off coaching. I'm almost there. And with coaching, let's quantify this money because most of us don't make this take home when it's all said and done, which is why I love this exercise. Side note, I'm not telling nobody to do what I'm doing. I'm telling y'all what's working for me. So if y'all need money that bad and y'all rocking with my campaign, my pimping, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, coaching is available, but only if you're serious. Now, back to the story. The most important thing, bro, is doing this, in a quiet place outside of harm and danger. Because people crazy. The shift that happens is you start asking yourself questions. You wake up to it, you look at it, you eating food, you're like, bruh, how can I make this ish real, bruh? It's right there. I'm looking at it. And he say, man, okay, if I can make 5K, I can make 40K. All right.
Yep.
Shout out Myron Golden. If one offer can pay rent, one offer can bring in 10 times the rent. So those are my 2 points. I kind of want to hit it and quit it just to give your audience value. What you got?
All right. So my thing was I love it. So I need to I need to get a VA. This is what you taught me. I'm trying to think. All right. So last question. All right. Right. With all that being said, with all that being said, so we got you teaching confidence.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, all right, this is my last one because you said how bad you want it, and then we talked about like the mental stress of it a little bit of wanting more. My last one is how are you like mentally and being more mindful of your mental recovery? Because like having high expectations for your existence can sometimes stress you out. And even let's say like some people they don't want it enough, that's why they don't do it. But for people who really really want it, not being there yet, how do you like not let it drain you?
So the biggest thing for me, bro, that I teach in my book, How to Master Procrastination, is just first off, you have to be real with yourself. That's the first thing. Let me give a better phrase. So I don't want to talk in slang. You have to be honest with yourself and realize what you're good at, what you're bad at, what you enjoy doing, what you don't enjoy doing. The minute you can operate at that frequency, this path to your desired result becomes that much more easier, that much more tolerable because it's simple, not easy. What do I mean? Well, for me, bro, like yesterday was Saturday, all right? I always leave Saturdays as like a wind down, relax, don't be so serious day because my Sunday through Friday is very intense. Like today, I woke up early yesterday, but on Sundays is my recovery. I'm coming out of recovery, and I allow myself to rev my engines back up before my work week starts up. Give myself time to knock out those tasks that I gave Saturday to, right? And then I pick up the ball. So for me, it's knowing oneself or knowing thyself, and then building around that. If you don't like working on Saturdays, don't work on Saturdays. Don't spend your whole life tomorrow. Man, I would love to work on Saturdays. They ain't your thing, brother. Sister,
Yo, it's I honestly just quit my Saturday gig.
See what I'm saying? Like, bruh. Like,
I was in my, it's great. I was complaining a whole year. Man, I wish I had Saturdays off. I quit my Saturday gig. And guess what I did? I got a Thursday gig. So now I didn't lose no money. I actually make more money. And then on Saturdays, I got more time for the things that matter.
Bro, I used to be mad at myself because I wasn't posting enough and posting on time.
Yeah.
Bruh, I just hired somebody. And guess what? Now I record when I feel like it. But in the public eye, I'm consistent. Hey, bruh, if you go on my page, bro, on my socials, you don't know when I'm creating the content. You know I'm making it. Never mind, because here's the biggest thing, bro. Here's the biggest breakthrough that having the VA. We have to get out of the politics of, I call it the politics of posting. It might be another book I should you're gonna check. The politics of posting. The inner battle within one's mind of how to post, when to post. It's like, bruh, you ain't all that special, man. Just post the content.
Exactly.
And this is I gotta hire somebody, bro. Like, I mean, come on, man. I'm gonna post it. This is my good side. I don't like the lighting. it ain't gonna work. It ain't. Listen, bro. I went from 99 subscribers to 169 subscribers by posting content I do not like. My current YouTube content is content I do not like. But because I operate with a system, it's not about what I like. Feel me? I'm back up. I'm almost back where I was at, bro, at my peak, bro. Right now per month, you know, it ain't all that, but I'm up maybe like 30,000, 40,000 views a month. You know what I'm saying? I'm at 89,000 right now. I'm about to hit 100,000 views when I just hit 50,000 views a month and a half ago.
Damn.
So I'm almost, yeah. But if I wouldn't have spent the $1,400 a month with one VA a year ago and took the L on the chin, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. Cause see, I can paint a pretty picture. Like last year when I was painting VA, it was all cool and beautiful. It wasn't. I spent $6,000 and got nowhere other than some gosh darn views, which is good, but I didn't know why. I didn't know why it was working. I just knew that it was working. So as entrepreneurs, you may have had your moments of riding high, but do you know why it worked for you? Feel me? Could you duplicate that process? Could you scale with more revenue? Because some may say, nigga, you got a job. You ain't doing nothing special. Your job take care of your business. But like, bro, imagine if your business was making money and you had access to capital, but you never knew how to scale your business. So guess what? You could get $1 million loan if all your business ever made was 5 G's a month. Check it out. With $1 million as resources and finances, you're still gonna make 5 G's a month. Hell, maybe less. So, like, the most important thing that this is helping me realize is how can I scale with having the resources? How can I scale without having the resources? And how dedicated am I to keeping those endeavors consistent? So that is worth every money, every dollar you put towards it.
I think we driving it with that one. We driving, you know, with that one. So where can we find you?
Yeah, man.
I see you got the at Truly 2 times in the Truly show.
I had to develop. Huh?
That's your IGs, right?
Yeah, I had to. So, bro, listen, bro. First off, don't get upset when life puts you on the path to become the person that you're seeking to become. Bro, I was making all that money. I was doing let's backtrack. 2 jobs, 6 figures. 1 job, 30 an hour. I make 100 a day with DoorDash. So 1 job is like 3 G's, and DoorDash 3 G's. Pre-tax 8 plus 7,500, what have you. I had 40,000 YouTube views, and I had 40,000 miles on my car. I'm putting 10,000 miles on my vehicle per month. So, as life would have it, my car ran into some car troubles. And then I ended up having to go to work, and I needed a car. So my instincts was like, man, rent a car. Did that. It was a little skeptical. Then when that went south, I had to rent a U-Haul van. And then I said, man, if I can ride a U-Haul van to work, I can ride a U-Haul van to DoorDash. And then I was still taking the trips and traveling and making it happen, brother. And then when all that went south, you know, I lost the jobs and all that. I had to rebuild. Got 2 more jobs. And then what else am I trying to pinpoint? Oh, my car got repoed. But before my car got repoed, I was going live every day, all 2023, between the hours of 2 and 3 for 23 minutes.
Damn.
So all my lives on my YouTube is me waiting to call for them to come get it. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? I could have been sour Steve. Now I know somebody named Steve, or somebody named Sam. I can't say Sam or Steve. I could have been a sour salamander. You know what I'm saying? And be like, man, bro, it took my car. I said, you know what? No. To the clown that put 40,000 miles on a used vehicle and thought it was gonna work perfectly. Hey, you thought, nigga, you want 10 G's a month? What life is giving you? That's what happens. So I made the pivot to tie it all in. And the shift, the person that I'm set to become don't need a car. So I didn't have a car. And I still got around, and I still made money, just to make the same money.
I don't
And now the
lie.
job that I
Car
have
is
now, I'm riding a company car.
if you don't need a car, don't get a car. Because they got
Bro,
they got
listen,
things
dog.
like if you let's say the only reason you might need a car is you might need to you might need to go get
Your job.
groceries, right? Guess what they got? They got
Not even
Instacart.
DoorDash groceries, bro.
They got DoorDash. You can
Exactly.
do DoorDash groceries. You got Instacart. They got all these things that are cheaper than a car note and insurance that you could do.
Hey, so you remember? Hey, so you remember when I tell you my car got stolen, right?
Yeah.
I went back and looked at the math, because I had 2 jobs then, and I didn't even realize I was making the money, bro. So what I was doing was I was spending like 900 plus on rideshare services without a car, and then when I had my car just previously, I was paying about the same. So it's like if you're making 10 G's or a significant amount of money, the least of the you feel more. You're more at risk driving the car than not driving the car, honestly.
Yeah.
For me, because I'm always in my head. So, like, I'm always, like, thinking while driving, and that's not really safe per se, but as a creative, it's like that we live, but to tie it all in, bro, like, we look at the people that is living the life that we want, and we always underestimate what they're willing to go through. So the question you have to ask ourselves, with all moral standards considered, what are we willing to go through for the life that we want? And if so is true, we cannot be in a space of complaining and being in a space of complacency when these things are starting to align. So my handles, I said it because even like now, bro, when I first met you, my second page was called Success Circle Network, and I didn't have a YouTube channel. I talk about it. Then I renamed my other page, the name of my podcast. My podcast name was Montage Your Lifestyle, but then I realized I couldn't provide value under that umbrella because it boxed me in. So I renamed my podcast, which is the original name, The Truly Truly Show, and then renamed my second page the same name, and then kept my YouTube channel the name of my network because some more game. I'm about to use the streaming software to stream live on all platforms while I'm at work. So between the hours of whatever I work, I stream live, and then I'm treating all of my platforms like TV. And so it's important to shout out both Truly 2 Times, The Truly Truly Show, and my podcast is The Truly Truly Show, and my YouTube channel is Success Circle Network with Matthias Truly. If ever in doubt and you can't find me to shout, hashtag TRVLY, you will always find me there. I am the only person crazy enough to put TRVLY as their last name. And for that reason, me and Google is like this. Me and my compadres occupy the first 2 pages of Google when you type in TRVLY. So reach me there. If you want some of these life-changing books and services, visit successcirclebookstore.com, spelled regular, successcirclebookstore.com. This drip that we didn't get a chance to get into, the 3-in-1 custom outerwear, I only drop 5 to 20 pieces per month. You can join the waiting list for the next drop at trulyfashionhouse.com. And then for everything else, out of poverty, we create riches.net.
Bam. And you can find me on the Medium Ghetto Podcast. Oh yeah. So we are gonna talk about fashion. I'm gonna get you on another segment on my other show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about the introvert show. It's gonna be high ticket introvert one. We're gonna be talking about how to build confidence with fashion.
Cool.
So and then who don't like to dress up a lot, who don't go out a lot, they haven't practiced fashion. So how can we help them practice fashion?
Yeah, man. So my framework and my life path with confidence, it really falls back on clothing. So my next book, my upcoming book, Eyeballs and Engagement, my 3-in-1 custom. First off, as long as I've been doing clothing, I've been turning heads and sparking conversations. So now it's the science of, that's the book title, Eyeballs and Engagement.
Yo, we're
My
gonna talk
current,
about it. I want
huh?
you to save this sauce for that episode.
Oh
We
yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah.
talk-
Okay, look.
Save
The
the
last,
sauce.
look. The last little game, bro. 2.0, bro. And I promise I'm done. Is using system.io. We're gonna leave my referral link in the caption, because if I get paid, we get paid. But with system.io, what I have my VA doing is I'm taking my Napa know-how and chat GPT and starting mystery blog pages and feeding these blogs with all the things that I'm doing. So you got your hot sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start a ghost blog page that only talks about hot sauce and establish your authority.
I love it.
Because, you know what I'm saying, we'll get into it later on, but that's the little, you know what I'm saying?
That's some sauce
Yeah,
right there.
man. Hey, listen, bro. Did you get any value from our talk today?
I did. So what really stood out to me is this, right? So I have a lot of tasks going on, and I'm starting to understand where I'm weak at and where I'm good at. But what I'm really weak at, that's time consuming, that makes me inconsistent, I need help. So, and I work, when you work a good job, or if I even do an extra day, or I can afford a virtual assistant. Now I didn't know how cheap they were, and that can help me become more consistent, effective. They can help me sell more books. They can help my message get out here more, quickly. So I don't have any excuse. A lot of people, busy professionals, we say we ain't got enough time.
Bro,
If you got
you
enough
ain't got no time
time,
to
you
begin
usually
with.
got enough money. It's hard to have. So you good.
Bro, you got full-time parents traveling, blogging, making content, and they full-time parents. We ain't got kids. So life, first off, you could be a gamer in Taiwan and not have a kid or a cat and be busy. So life gonna always have you busy, first off. Gonna throw that out there. But here's the sauce. By having a VA, bro, first off, onlinejobs.ph, for those of us that may not be tied into an agency, a virtual assistant agency that we know and trust. I tell people now, onlinejobs.ph, and the cheapest that I've seen is like $176 per month, all the way up to 5+ G's per month.
Wait,
So
$176?
$176 per month, brother. That's the lowest I've seen on onlinejobs.ph. And that was last week. Cause so boom. Cause what I'm about to do now is I need more sales reps for my coaching program, and then I need sophisticated sophisticated editors that can take my clothing brand apparel stuff. So no, video editors from onlinejobs.ph, so that I can really lock in on my marketing with my clothing brand, bro, because I make the content, dog. I'm using the apps, but I'm not able to sit down and totally just lock in. So I got to hire somebody. And like, I'm giving my EA and my other staff most of my paper trail, because that's what the focus is. But with my clothing brand, it needs just as much attention, especially now on YouTube. That content is going the farthest. And so I'm actively looking for a video editor that can take my raw content, my raw stuff, and make it a polished look, so that I can now facilitate that stuff on my socials. And I'm getting it from onlinejobs.ph. And my price point is literally something under 200. My highest budget right now with the staff that I already have is like 200 or less per month. That's what I'm looking for.
That's making me sick, bro.
For a video editor,
That's
bro, because
so
I
easy
need it,
to
like,
afford, bro.
bro. So and I want to break down to answer to lock it all in. My EA right now, she's currently in charge of deliverables. Okay, so the way I do things and why do I post the way I post, she handles that. The assistant under her does the meticulous clerical stuff, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, doubling back on scheduling, doing the DM posting. So if you're on Twitter Show and I DM'd you, that was my assistant. You know what I'm saying? And I'm actually about to have her in, or have him or her in that, and now reverse it where they're promoting this episode of your podcast with me and my episode of podcast with other people. And because, I mean, the cold DMs is cool and all, but I need to be more effective versus efficient. Meaning, if every 5 posts is liking in, that means way more to me than having my assistant DM 5 people every day and not getting the results. So it's a whole thing, bro. I look forward to breaking those down. And yeah, I'm done, man. I'm finished.
I love it, man. We gonna chat though. We gonna chat.
Yeah.
All right, man. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And anyway, if you didn't know, this is my birthday today, guys. I'm old. I'm getting a little older. But with that being said, I bid you guys adieu. Have a great weekend. Because weekend. Enjoy yourselves.
Truly.